Hello and welcome to the BMC Quick Course series. APPTUNE is an application performance and resource analysis product that is used to gather and display data from a single SQL statement or a set of SQL statements. The gathered data provides valuable information about performance and resource use of DB2 applications. This quick course will provide information on how to view data across multiple intervals. The data used by APPTUNE for workload analysis reporting can come from either the currently selected data collector, a data set, or archive directory. When the source is a data collector, the current activity, as well as records in the current trace data set are available for reporting. APPTUNE creates trace records and writes them to the trace data sets periodically whenever the data collector is active. You control the frequency at which these records are written by specifying options on the SQL Performance APPTUNE parameters in the Domplex options set. Each time you use the workload analysis reports, you select a time period over which reporting takes place. That time period consists of one or more intervals from the data in either the current trace data sets or in the source data set. When you display the SQL Workload Analysis menu for the first time in an APPTUNE session, APPTUNE selects a default interval based on the DB2 specified in the data source, the activation time of the active DB2s, and an unlimited duration. From our example, we see that our source of data is the data collector DBCA, and we are able to view data for all the DB2 subsystems defined to DBCA. We also note the interval start time and duration. We will choose option 5 in order to view and or change the time interval for viewing data. We are now viewing the Select Analysis Interval panel where the intervals of data are displayed. The main information we view on this panel is the begin time and end time of the interval, the duration, the DB2 subsystem, the number of entries in the interval, and the filter that was active when the interval was produced. Intervals may have different duration times because intervals are produced on a parameter basis that the customer controls and are also produced when certain events occur, such as cycling the data collector. From the Select Analysis Interval panel, we now have the ability to select a single interval of data to view or a range of intervals of data. To select a single interval, you place the S on the plus sign and then exit when finished. However, if you're not sure of either the time frame or the DB2 subsystem of when the data was processed, then you can select a range of intervals to view. To view a range of intervals, you would put an S at the beginning interval and an S at the ending interval, as we have done in our example. Once you have made your selection, hit the Enter key and exit back by hitting the PF3 key. When we return to the SQL Workload Analysis menu, we now see that our interval start time reflects the selection we have made, and we receive the BMC message, Update Complete. We are now ready to begin our reporting on the selected workload. We begin our workload reporting at the Subsystem Analysis panel, where we see the DB2 subsystems we have selected in the intervals we chose to report. We now have the ability to drill down into the data using the zooms. One of these zooms is to drill down into a specific DB2 subsystem to see the intervals that produce the data by putting a V at the plus sign. We are now viewing the interval analysis for the DB2 subsystem DJJ1, where we see that there are multiple intervals that are selected and are available for our reporting. From this panel, we can continue our analysis of the data in each of these intervals by using the zooms available. In summary, APPTUNE provides an easy navigation for the reporting of data across a single interval or on a range of intervals for the SQL calls of interest. Thank you for your time.